Is Declan Rice actually going to come to Arsenal? Yes, people, and welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news video. As always, if you love these type of vids, make sure you subscribe down below on my road to 2000. Let me know in the comment section down below whether you would like to see Declan Rice at Arsenal Football Club. This kind of came out of nowhere. Declan Rice has been announced as Arsenal's top transfer target this summer, according to multiple recognised journalists. And it's kind of making me scratch my head for a couple of reasons. One, we're in the middle of January. We've just missed out on our top January target, Mykhailo Mudryk, to our rivals Chelsea, apparently. And now we're targeting a player that potentially is our number one target in summer. And secondly, it's for a CDM. It's for Declan Rice, arguably the best player outside of the big six. So why are we going for Declan Rice when arguably one of Arsenal's best players this season actually is Thomas Partey? So let's discuss this type of transfer. First of all, I have to say that Thomas Partey has been outstanding this season, and he exemplified that against Tottenham on the weekend. For me, alongside Ramsdale and Zinchenko, and Saka as well, to be fair, the whole Arsenal team, to be honest, but Thomas Partey was top notch, man. His role in that second goal, the composure, playing between the lines, his ball retention, he's arguably been the best CDM in the Premier League this season. So why do we need to bring in Declan Rice? For me, Declan Rice, unbelievable player. I rate him so highly. Also a world-class talent. Do you really want to have two world-class talents in the same position? Because if Declan Rice comes in, well, either him or Partey is sitting on the bench, and it's a lot of money and a too big a talent to make them sit on the bench. I know you've got Man City, for example, Pep Guardiola, who's got abundance of world-class players that find themselves on the bench for some match days because of the abundance of talent he's got in the squad. But that is in more attacking areas. You can afford to have 3, maybe 4 world-class wingers, because wingers you can sub in, sub out after 60, 70 minutes when the game's tight. You can rotate for Champions League games. But the CDM position is not like that. For me, the central defensive midfield position is the most important in the league. Well, it's the most important position in the football pitch by an absolute mile. You can win or lose games. You can win or lose titles with your CDM. You only have to look at Casemiro at Manchester United. United were dead and buried at the start of this season. They're bringing Casemiro and suddenly they look like they're on a title charge. They're winning games for fun now. Their form's been immaculate and he's made such a big difference to that team. Arsenal as well. You see when Partey's in the team, when Partey's not in the team. We go from a title challenging side to a decent side, but not a side that's really going to cause much trouble long term. If Partey gets injured for Arsenal, it's a long day. A lot of people will say that's their title hopes kind of diminished and kind of hit with a heavy blow. So in that aspect, it's good to have 2 CDMs. But you don't want to rotate your CDMs, especially because that is the backbone of the team. You can't have one CDM one week, another CDM the other week. That position needs to stay constant in that team, kind of like the goalkeeper, and you rotate the players around them. But why Declan Rice though? Because reports are saying 70 to 80 million. It's a lot of money, and we still do need to strengthen our attacking options, for example. For me, the way I think Arsenal are looking at it is this January we will sign an attacking option for a lot of money. Despite losing out on Mudryk, it's shown Arsenal 2 things. 1, we are targeting attackers, and 2, we've got 95 million euros to play around with. We can afford to get a top talent this window, and it seems attacking option is our number 1 target. For me, we desperately need an attacking option, someone to bring off the bench in close games like against Newcastle, for example, and we need another CDM, because if Partey gets injured, it's a long day. I wasn't necessarily looking at Declan Rice because I don't want someone to replace Partey as much, just for someone that can fill in for Partey. Obviously, he won't be as good, but he will do a good enough job and be better than El Neni to that extent. Someone like Moises Caicedo, he would be a perfect option. But why Declan Rice in the summer? Well, his contract runs out in 2024, and he's already said he does not want to stay at West Ham. Do I blame him? Not at all. He's been really respectable to the club, but he's much better than West Ham United. I think we can all agree about that. Declan Rice deserves a big move. Is Arsenal that club? Well, for a long time, I thought he'd be destined to go Chelsea, to be honest. He seems to be wanting to go there. Chelsea have been a big admirers of him. But Chelsea kind of fallen away recently. And ironically, if there was ever a position they need in that football club, it's a CDM, yet they spent 100 million on Mykhailo Mudryk. Doesn't make much sense to me. How much more money is really at that football club? They've spent almost just short of £500 million already. And Todd Bowley's only been here for 2 transfer windows, let's say. So I'm kind of thinking, have they got more money to spend? Especially because despite his contract running out in a year or so time, Declan Rice is still going to cost 70 to 80 million at the very least. There's not a lot of clubs around world football that A, can afford that, and B, will be willing to shell out that type of money, especially when Declan Rice has only got a year left in his contract. So for me, I don't know whether Arsenal are looking to pay that money straight up for Declan Rice, or maybe arrange some kind of pre-contract for him. Because although Partey has been unbelievable for Arsenal this season, right, he is still one of the older players in the squad. He's 30, and on top of that, he's not had one season for Arsenal where he's been fit throughout. Every week we're talking about, oh, we hope Partey doesn't get injured. Oh, we need him to stay fit. Because although he's a top-class player, he's a top-class player that appears in 20 matches out of the 38 in a season. 25 at a push. Let's be completely honest. And if you've got a world-class player in that squad, you need him playing every day. You need him literally playing week in, week out. Because it's all good in being world-class if he's just sitting in a physio's room all day. Do you know what I mean? So in that aspect, we need a CDM to replace Thomas Partey if he's out. Because the drop-off from Partey to Elneny is too steep. And I've already reiterated that CDM, honestly, the central defensive midfield position is the most important in the football team, in my opinion. So, getting Declan Rice next season, well, Partey will be 31, 32 then. Will his legs still be there? I hope so, but it will take the strain off him. We've seen what happened to Liverpool this season. They've completely fallen off the cliff, it seems. Fabinho, who looked like one of the best CDMs on planet Earth not too long ago, this season has completely fallen off. Do we want to take that risk with Partey? Could something similar like that happen to him? So do we want to bring someone in kind of early to be proactive and bring in a top talent in Declan Rice? So when Partey, inevitably, his legs slow down as he gets older age and can't compete week in, week out, we've already got someone in that can fill in that role and will be ready to step in. It's that and the fact that, look, if Declan Rice is not re-signing, you need to snap him up. Because you don't get a top talent at CDM, someone that's, let's be honest, made for Arteta, composed on the football, powerful, strong, knows the league, knows the language, ready to go. He's going to get snapped up by another club. And players like that do not come around often. There's not a lot of top-notch CDMs in this football league. And if someone like Declan Rice is available and not a lot of other clubs are sniffing around for him right there, you need to take advantage and snap him up straight away. So maybe that is Arsenal's thought process behind it. So overall, Declan Rice in the summer, will it happen? For me, if it's Arsenal's top priority, I don't see why not. I see logic, I see reasoning behind it. But I think also it gives an indication that this January, despite there only being 2 weeks left and Arsenal making no signings thus far, we will be signing attacking options, in my opinion. I think we will target attacking players. And I think in the summer, we'll look to sign a top-notch CDM. But then it brings to the final point I'm going to make of this video, which is if Arsenal, let's not necessarily even win the league, but mount a top title challenge like we have aspirations to do so and like we're on course to do, we can sign some top players this summer, man. I'm not just talking about signing transition project players that we can develop. I'm talking about world beaters right now. Because the last time I've really seen my club sign a top world-class player in their prime to actually bring to the club rather than develop then is Mesut Ozil. I wouldn't even class Alexis Sanchez as world-class when we signed him. It was Mesut Ozil, and that was almost a decade ago, to be honest. Whereas this summer, if we finish second or first, but put up a top title challenge, we become the most exciting project in world football. Why can we not attract the likes of Jude Bellingham, for example, Declan Rice I've just spoken about? We become a top club for all these talents, and we can start to attract these top players to take us over the edge. So it's become a really exciting time for Arsenal Football Club. But yeah, overall, the reports that have flown around today that Declan Rice is Arsenal's top transfer target for the summer. Let me know your thoughts of that in the comment section down below. Would you like to see him at the Gunners? I certainly would like to see so. I think he's a top player, but I also think we need to target other positions like attackers, and I really do think we need to focus on January most of all. As always, make sure you like down below if you like the video. Make sure you subscribe and road to 2,000 subscribers. I've been Wifey, and I really hope to see you all in my next video.